Hello, hello. Yep, here I am, supposed to be live. Oh my God, I've had my earbuds in all day. Coaching. I could think of something that rhymes, but I got nothing right now. So here I am. Rock you like a hurricane, all right? All right, what am I saying? Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and good night. I'm just getting myself recombobulated here. I scheduled myself a busy morning. I love coaching so much, and oh my God, I could just hang around doing that all day. But here I am on TikTok Live, something else that I also love to do. Hey Robin, nice to see you. Okay, so this is the romper room portion of any TikTok Live that I do, because before it gets too chaotic with the hundreds of people that show up, I want to say I want to say greetings. Greetings to Misty and Pretty Patty and New Attitude 88 and Alexis and Hilda and Erin and Captured Seconds and Robin and Dudley and Callie and everybody in Romper Room Land, everybody in Destination Declutteredville. How's that? Okay, so good morning. Good morning, Amy and Boomer and Sharna. And there was an Oklahoma teacher there, and Angela and Jen and Amy. I probably said Amy already, and K Drama Queen and Seller 268. Nice to see you, and Dana, Adrienne. I love all this. This is always so much fun. Good morning, Carla. Good morning, everyone. Now I say morning because you said morning, but I'm on the East Coast, just to kind of put things into context. I'm on the East Coast. Technically not on the coast, but I am a coastal spirit. I love the ocean. So even though I'm in Pennsylvania, I have East Coast, how's that? Eastern time frame. Okay. I love it. Callie Rose is saying, I love your lives. You are so helpful. I want to throw this delightfully right back at you too and say, you know what? I only show up because of you. If this works for you, it works for me. If this wasn't working, I wouldn't show up. Okay, I love it. Hilda is saying, I love seeing you pop up. I can watch since I'm on spring break. Go spring break. I love it. Jen is saying, yay, I caught you live. Good morning, Pretty Patty and Okie Teacher. There you are. And German Maid, hello. Nice to see you. Okay, Melanie, nice to see you. Catherine, I love this. Always such a fun time doing a TikTok Live. As I mentioned, I would not show up if it weren't for you guys. If you didn't find this helpful, I would spend my time doing other things. Carla is asking a very good question, and I wanted to address this. We do not live in a vacuum, and yeah, there's talk of TikTok going down. Not to get political, but it amazes me that the one thing that we love so much is the one thing that politicians can unite against is about taking this down from us. Here is how you are going to find me, to stay connected with me if TikTok goes down. Destination Decluttered email mailing list, okay? I will do a group Zoom multiple times a week. I will use the same concept of us getting together at a certain time, at a certain date, and I can tell you about that, and I can post videos on other socials, but we can go live on Zoom. I can make that happen, okay? So no worries. Hey, Erin, nice to see you. Kit Kat's so cool, and Niche, mini pantry for the people. I am taking care of my people. Okay, do not fear. Let me take the fear out of you. Fear of not being able to connect if we are off TikTok. Destination Decluttered email mailing list. DestinationDecluttered.com/join is how you get on it. I will say this: if you have signed up and you haven't received an email, either an automatic welcome email or the one that I sent out on the 10th, shoot me a DM here on TikTok. You gotta like or follow my page first in order to do that. If you haven't gotten it, let's clear that up. I can clear the things out of the spam filter, but I don't know if it's legit spam in my filter or if it's a person who's like, help, I got stuck in the filter by accident. Okay. Melanie, I have thought about going live on YouTube. I don't know. I'm going to experiment. I like kind of solving problems. My initial thing is, I might do that. I might go live on Facebook. I might go live on Instagram. I used to do them all. I did. And what I found was a lot of people showed up on TikTok. That made it more fun. So I just started doing it on TikTok. Okay. Yeah, we don't know if TikTok is going away, but notice that we can get in a fear-based thing. Oh no, what if it's going away? And that makes us feel a certain way. And then we get a little bit nervous about things. So here, deep breath. We can't control it or not. So there is a plan if it goes away. If it goes away, there's a plan. If it stays, there's a plan. No need to worry about it. No need to solve these problems before they happen. I have a plan. I will take care of y'all. Okay? And what I want to offer you too is getting out of fear mode about things we can't control. Let's not get overwhelmed by that. Let's take a few deep breaths and say, I can't control that, but what is there something in my life that I can control that is going to make me feel better? This is why I start with clutter all the time, because we may not be able to easily control. We can't control other people. Our thoughts, we learn how to better control our thoughts, but even just controlling the stuff that's around you on a table feels a heck of a lot more manageable than trying to control other people or thoughts or what's going on with somebody with the TikTok or not, okay? Trust me, I love TikTok in the fact that it has allowed me to connect with awesome people. Not just people who follow me, but I follow other people. I have gleaned information. If I wanted to get kind of, what's that thing? Because I'm so not at conspiratorial, I would think that it is interesting that in an election year, that a way in which people can communicate about certain things and get information out will be knocked down by people. I think that's an interesting thing to observe, that a way to connect people and have them be able to connect for a cause that it means a lot to them is now being silenced. However, I won't be silenced. No, that will make me double down and want to continue to connect with people in other ways. Okay, like you can stop that pipe, but the info is going to go other way. Okay, all right. AI, being more worried about AI. Don't worry about AI. Worry, you guys, worry. It is just sitting in your car in the driveway, revving your engine. It is emptying your gas tank. It is causing you, what's this thing up here? Your head, cognitive energy, psychic energy, emotional, the feels. Worry saps you of your strength. When you're worrying about AI, you have taken your strength and you've given it to AI because now you're in a fear-based thing. Okay? So here, let's use our time together right now to get out of worry and into love. All right? Now, trust me, I am not a hippie. I used to say that for years, especially in my new wave and punk rock times, but love is where it's at. When you love yourself, when you have love for other people, when you are filled with the good vibes of I feel better, and when I feel better, I do better. How about loving yourself and saying, what can I do to make even just my home, even just this table in front of me, when it looks better, I feel better, and when I feel better, I do better. Okay? Yes, mommy salami, I get it. Don't have to worry. Awareness is different from worry. Awareness, if you think about it, is much like what coaching provides you, if you think about it, gives us an opportunity to kind of step back from being in it, worry, fear, you pull back, you become aware of what's going on, you distance yourself from it a little bit, and when you are at a distance, you can make different choices. Okay? Okay, Sarah Larkin is saying, I have to write a paper and I'm having a hard time organizing my ideas. Any suggestions? Hell yes. I have to write something before I leave for the weekend myself. What I want to offer is, and I know this because I have literally written books. I got them right here. Some of them are out of print. Don't try to organize your thoughts first. Do not organize first. Dump them all out where you can see them and then organize them. Just like your sock drawer. Don't try to organize it without seeing how many socks you have. Once you see what you have, then you can pair them up. Okay? So, Sarah Larkin, think about it in a couple of ways. This is the creative process. You have ideas. Your brain is an idea-making machine. Dump those ideas out and decide which ones feel better, feel worse, feel good. Get them all out of your head, but don't edit before you get them out of there. Any creative is going to tell you, Get your ideas. There are no bad ideas, right? Get the ideas out and then decide which ones are going to align with your goal for whatever you're writing. But don't try to organize it up here. Get it out of your head. Dump out the sock drawer of ideas. When you see the socks you have, then it's easier for you to play matchy-matchy, okay? And do this a little bit at a time. Throw down these ideas while you get them and do it like, that's what I did. I have an article that somebody wants me to contribute to. And so I did this, baby steps. I have taken the kind of, what is it, like the title of the article, I wrote it down on a Google Doc. They had some questions they wanted me to answer. I wrote them down. I copy and pasted them onto the document. So I have kind of the goals of what I'm doing. The destination is I want to provide some information to the people that addresses their questions. I don't know how to do that until I know the questions. Then I ask myself those questions. I spend a minute, and then I just dump down what kind of comes out. Then, once I do that, then I can edit it. But you can't create and edit at the same time. You can kind of do it once after another. My husband was just doing that yesterday with a musical friend of ours, is doing a take and then going back and doing a couple of takes and picking the best one and tweaking this and that. But this is how the creative process, iterative and starting rather than trying to get it perfect up here and then just dumping down the finished product. Ooh, it doesn't work that way. Oh, it's so funny. I just moved my knee. I can tell I've been sitting for a while. Oh my God, I'm turning into an old person because my knee, and I just moved it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get distracted, but I just moved my knee. And when you're not feeling well, it throws you off, gets you out of the zone. It's like, oh, my knee, Yes, Carla, I love it. Carla's saying, let's work on things we can change. Really, the only thing we can change is ourselves, just so you know. And learn to live in a feeling of hope and joy, even just for today. Testify. I love it. Okay, what else do we have there? Okay, good. I saw that, be aware. And Sarah Larkin, I'm glad you're taking this. Trust me, this will help you. Okay? There we go. Oh, thank you. You know what, Sarah Larkin, thank you for saying I'm a great newsletter writer. I realize my newsletters are just more of the informational stuff that you can take action on. I like writing because I want to share my ideas. I want to connect with you because I believe truly that I have something so precious that I cannot wait to share it with you. And I'll be honest with you, in full disclosure, I find speaking these things, the direct connection between my mind and my mouth is so much quicker than me going from my mind all the way down to my hand. Something changes. I write in a different way than I speak. I know that when I write a book in the future, which I probably will, I am going to approach it differently than I did with my books. But even my books, I try to really make them very conversational, easy to understand, not highfalutin, not boring. Because who wants to read a boring book? Not me. Who wants to go to a boring lecture? I don't want to lecture you. I want some interplay. I want some fun. I want some pop culture references. I want it to be entertaining because when we are smiling and laughing and engaged, that's when the learning happens so much easier. Okay? So thank you for thinking I am a great writer. I appreciate that. I know you're a great writer too. Okay? Yay. All right. Now, what else do we have here that I can help you with? And I often do this. I jump into things because I get so excited about this. And I forget that there may be some new people here. New people who are just scrolling on TikTok today. What is it? Thursday, March 14th at 12:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Greetings, friends. My name is Beth. I am a Gen X aged decluttering life coach. And my coaching and my TikTok page and pretty much all my socials and my website, Destination Decluttered. Now I call it Destination Declutter because I love to travel, but also these books over here that I wrote for decades. I could plan a road trip like nobody's business, but my life, not so much. It wasn't until I said to myself, why can't I plan my life like a road trip? And then I asked myself that question, and then my brain said, I don't know, why not? It could be interesting. Let's try it. Boy, did that change my life. and getting a destination, what I realized is I was dragging myself through life because I wasn't excited about where I wanted to go. I was fearful because I was told not to believe in what I wanted to do, but what other people wanted to. And it took me a while. And I'm here to just save you some decades, people. I want you to start living the life you love sooner rather than later. Do not take the road. God, for me to get from my point A to point B, I hit potholes. I got stuck. I parked. I ran out of gas. There were roadblocks. I got detours. I got lost. It took me a wicked long time, but I got there. I now know a more efficient route to get from point A to point B, from where you are to your destination decluttered, and I want to just share that map with you. Share the easy peasy road trip version of my kind of arduous journey, okay? And I do this by helping you with what you're struggling with, decluttering or otherwise, and also I do one-on-one coaching. One-on-one, you and me on Zoom, 10 sessions in a row, maybe it's another 10, another 10. That is the quickest way from you to get from where you are to your destination decluttered. Okay? Enough about me. I just wanted to introduce myself in case you are new to me, or vice versa. Okay? So let's get some wins here. So we got some wins here. JGNS1 says, I cleared out a lot of jewelry and sold some. Awesome. It took up so much space and I hadn't worn any in years. You know what you have now? You've got space and money. What? How cool is that? That's awesome. Good for you for taking the time to clear out the jewelry and take that next step of how you want to get rid of it. Okay. Rosie is asking, oh, Ido Princess, nice to see you. Beth is great to work with. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, my dear. I love it when my clients, this just delights me because it lets me know, talk about being on a road trip, it lets me know I'm on the right path. When people let me know, much like you all are by even just showing up at this TikTok live, that you're digging what I'm doing, as I like to say, it makes me want to do more. It makes me show up, and it helps me because I love sharing my knowledge. I don't want to gatekeep this. Why would I want to keep it just for myself? The world's a better place when I can help people learn to take the next step in the direction they want to go to. Now, Rosie is asking, what's the best way to sell items? Depends on what items they are. What I want you to think, Rosie, is what's the easiest way for you to sell the items you have? I'm going to be always about what's the easiest way for you to do something. What's the easiest way for you to get from where you are to decluttering, to decluttered? One-on-one coaching. What's the easiest way? What's the most fun way? What's the simplest one? What's the way that feels the most doable? Okay? So notice, think about that yourself. What's the easiest way for you to get the things out of your life that you no longer want? Easy. The one that feels easy and feels like a good decision for you. Swim around in that idea. Notice what your brain offers. Okay? Aloha from Akaraya Tantra. Nice to see you. I will be in Hawaii at the end of May. I'm looking forward to it. So aloha to you. All right? I love that. Grace is saying, my main struggle isn't stuff. It's not knowing the best place to put the stuff. Oh, Grace, I can help you with this. Everybody, think about this journey from, it's so funny because we think about this from point A to point B. How about this? We are on a journey from point A to point Z. Hear me out. There are multiple letters between A and Z. Between here and the finished article that Sarah wants to write, there are some steps in between. Between where you are now and your house looking and feeling and functioning like you want it to, there are a bunch of steps in between. Same thing with that notion of finding a home for something. Here it is. Best place is over here. How about this? Instead of figuring out the best place and going automatically from where it is now to its end result, there's going to be steps in between. Grace, instead of looking for the best place, because you haven't found it, what is a better place? Better. Ease and better. Better and ease. Ease and better. Think about those things. What is a better place for that thing, one thing, than where it is now? I know this. So for example, if I am decluttering, like I have a sweater I have a sweater that I used to fit into. Now I used to fit into it. I don't fit in it anymore. And I'm thinking in the future, I'm probably not going to fit into it because I don't feel like going through all the rigmarole to shrink my body to be comfortable in that sweater. So I am okay with letting that sweater go. So notice what I did as I made a decision about a thing and I said, I don't want this anymore. And I'm okay, let it go. Now, the best place for it is to not be in my house at all, so I don't have to deal with it. But in the meantime, I have taken that sweater. Now, I know we have a Goodwill bag, but I realized I put it in the basement. And so right now, it's in a drawer. As opposed to being on top of something recently, it's in a drawer. From the drawer, it's going to go into the Goodwill bag. Then the Goodwill bag is going to go into the car. Then the Goodwill bag is going to go from the car into the Goodwill. Notice that there are steps in between. That is like why it's a road trip. This is not a straight line. This is a dotted line filled with little baby steps of better. I feel better having made the decision about the sweater. I feel better knowing that it wasn't hanging out on top of this tote that I need to go through because we're going to Florida. I'm going to put it in a drawer, but I also know that drawer, when it's in the drawer, I know, because I just did that because I didn't feel like going down the basement. But when I see that next time I'm going down the basement, I'm going to feel better having it get into the bag. Then I'm going to feel better having that bag in the car. And then I'm going to feel the best when the bag is in the car and the car is parked at the Goodwill and I'm dumping the bag into the Goodwill. Better, better, better. Easy, easy, easy. Lemon, lemon, squeezy. Okay? There we go. Athena Briggs is saying, I did your suggestion and do a bit at a time. Baby steps. Notice this repeating thing. Taking the little bits have made bigger pieces. Yeah, every little bit. I wish I had a penny here. Think of this. $1. I'm always the power of one. I am all about the power of one. 1 penny and a bunch more pennies equals $1. A bunch of dollars and a bunch more of them equals $100. A bunch of $100 it's all exponential. Same thing with one person, one vote, for example. One person, you have a power. Remind yourself of the power of the small incremental thing. And don't say, it's not big enough, it has no effect. It has a cumulative effect. So do the little things, okay? Kit Kat So Cool. Do some Googling. Kit Kat So Cool, and I'll offer this to you. I am reading these questions out loud because I upload the recordings of the Destination Decluttered TikTok lives to Destination Decluttered on YouTube. I am currently not doing any lives on any other platform except for TikTok, but if TikTok goes away, I might change it. Now, the cool thing is I just noticed some of you signed up for the Destination Decluttered email mailing list. In case you're interested in that, destinationdecluttered.com/join. Okay, you can do that. So Kit Kat So Cool is asking, how to know when the jewelry is silver or gold? I always get stuck at that spot. I cannot give it away. Oh my God, I love this. You are on a road trip. You have all this jewelry. You get to a roadblock. The roadblock is, I don't know something. I don't know how to tell if this is, well, and you know how to tell if it's gold or silver. So okay, here's my silver. Here's my gold. First of all, I would highly recommend to Google this a little bit more. There's information. You guys, if you don't know if your lack of knowledge is stopping you from moving forward, there is information out there. You can Google how to know when jewelry is silver. Now, I know myself, because I know a little bit about this stuff, is real silver is going to have a hallmark on it. It's going to say 925. It's going to look and feel different from silver plate. Silver plate will not have a hallmark on it, will maybe say plate versus silver or electroplate, So there is a way you can find that out. You can easily Google how, I don't know how to know when jewelry is silver. Put that in Google. You will learn something. With that knowledge, you can move forward saying, okay, if this is all sterling silver, then what do I want to do with this? If this is a piece of silver plate, what do I want to do with it? Knowledge helps you move forward in the direction you want to go. Same thing with gold. Real gold is going to look and feel different. I've dealt with collectibles and all sorts of things like that, antiques for my life. Literally, I grew up in an antiques household. I can look with fairly good accuracy at certain things just by looking, by being familiar with how real gold looks and feels. However, real gold will also have a hallmark on it. It will say 10K, 14K, 18 karat, 24 karat, all that. There are also other ways you can do that. I myself, my husband, I will share this with you. When he was decluttering his stuff, remember I've done videos, he came across a jewelry box that was his parents'. Now, both of his parents passed away, longer away than we'd like to admit. He had packed this away. He opened it up. There's some broken jewelry in there that I think is gold. Now, do I wear gold jewelry? No. Is it broken? Do I want to fix it? No. However, we could make a couple of nickels if we sell it. So I'm going to go to find a person that feels good to sell it. Okay? How I'm going to find a person is I'm going to ask people. I'm going to ask friends. I'm going to look for recommendations about somebody locally. Somebody locally that you had a good experience with. When it feels good to do it, you're going to take the next step. Okay? Don't let your lack of knowledge stop you. Get your questions answered. We have the ability to go onto the Google right now and find so many answers. Don't let your not knowing stop you. Find out the answer to your question. That will allow you to take the next step. Then if you get stuck there, you take a next step. There's nothing wrong with asking questions. Okay? I hope that's. Oh, there we go. Two Goldens too says, Beth coached me and so enjoyable and helpful. I journal the wins. Yes, where's my journaling of wins? I journal the wins for the day as she suggests. Look at me. Not to show off or anything. These are all my wins since 2002. You want to hear some of mine? Thursday, August 4th of 2022. I took a shower. I watered the trees outside. I did a video for TikTok. I walked and ate at home. Those are the things that make my life feel good. Walking around, doing stuff. When you remind yourself of the good stuff, you're going to make more of the good stuff. Okay? Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay, Strong Soul Sister. I know the White Stripes. I'm very familiar with them as a concept in some of their songs. I did not know about the Little Acorns. I love that, though. I think Jack White is a really interesting character. I love the fact that he used to upholster mid-century modern chairs. I'm getting a mid-century modern chair that's going to go into my corner there, and I think that's really cool. So thank you for sharing that. Queen of Crazy is also talking about somebody saying, I used to sell jewelry too. I just did that with some of my mom's jewelry after 8 years. Yeah, journaling the wins. Okay, this is such a cool thing. What I did right here, you guys, this is my journey from where I was to where I want to be. Every little bullet point reminds me of all the good stuff that is going on in my life that I made happen, that happened kind of to me, that happened when I was around there. Documenting when you start to collect. I'm a collector. Collect good stuff, collect good experiences, collect good moments. Look at my collection of good moments. It makes me feel good. And when I feel good, I do good. Okay? What else do we have here? I love this. Okay. Grace is saying I cleared out all 3 bedrooms to get a fresh start. Now overwhelmed with it now in a functional living room. Okay. Unsure of how to undo my mistake of doing too much at once. Well, you know what? You'll learn. How about this? Everybody, we're all going to make mistakes. How about it's a learning opportunity. How about this? Don't do too much at once next time. But right now, chunk it down. Chunk down all the stuff. Categorizing. Use the pattern matching part of your brain. We talked about that. Socks. You get all your socks, you know certain ones match. You look for matches. You look for things that are under the certain category. Here are all my shirts. Oh, here's a bunch of books. Oh, these are bills I have to pay. Oh, that's food that needs to go in the pantry. Oh, that's stuff that needs to go in the trash. Oh, these are dirty dishes that need to go in the sink. Practice categorizing. Categorizing your clutter takes it from being an overwhelming, discordant, chaotic mass into smaller groups of like items, smaller piles. I always say big piles to little piles with my husband. One thing at a time. You're going to find matches. Here's a bunch of 8.5 by 11 paper. Oh, look, these are hair ties. Whatever it is, disassemble the randomness, and then you can make a better decision about a certain category, just trying to do it once at a time. Okay? Yeah. All right. So I think we're talking about the pandemic. I remember where I was. You guys, do you realize that was 4 years ago? Boy, has a lot of stuff happened in all of our lives, in the life of our country since then. I hope you learned some things from it. We don't even know how this is going to play out. To me, the pandemic was basically our Great Depression of the 1930s. This is why I was on a call just recently with a client who was talking about how easy it was to get used to ordering things online during the pandemic when you couldn't go out, and now you're in the habit of it, so you may be just ordering more things than you want. Look at me, I'm pushing the feeder bar here, like I'm pushing the feeder bar for like a little dopamine hit of like, oh, that feels good, I can get what I want, you know. Thank you for letting me know I'm simplifying the process of decluttering. Yeah, simple, easy, better. What is that? Little, here, little. Yellow. Where's yellow? I gotta find it. This is me and my pop culture. I don't even know if there's yellow here. Oh, you know what? Mental note. There are no yellow, there are no mistakes in love. There are no yellow Hershey's Kisses. But how about this? Little. Blue. Different. That's like a double whammy Gen X, like, twofer. Because not only am I referring to, I think it was Advil or something like that, but Motrin or something, but then they also referred to that in Wayne's World. Am I not a Gen Xer? The answer is, oh my God, are you a Gen Xer with a pop culture knowledge? It's crazy. Okay, so here, you don't know me is asking, how do you store your jewelry? Right here. So let me think. So back here, I have a, and it's so funny, now I want a Hershey's Kiss. I'm probably gonna eat a Hershey's Kiss. Talk about Pavlov's dog. I have my earrings in an old pink sewing kit. I have my bracelets in this train case over here. I've got some other jewelry, some random jewelry in these things. Yeah, that's where my jewelry is. So I don't wear jewelry a lot. I tend to wear the same thing over and over again. Right now, it's so early. I was coaching all morning. I don't have, actually, here's my, like literally I have 2 pairs of earrings that I wear quite often. One of them my friend is repairing, and these I usually put on when I'm not too puffy because I've had a Hershey's Kiss. Finding a place that makes sense to you where you put your stuff is wicked important for making it easy to declutter. It doesn't have to make sense to me. You have to know where the stuff is, and you have to be able to easily get it. So it's easy. Okay? Make it easy for you. Then when it comes time to declutter and maintain your house, it's going to be really easy because you've set up your house as a system to make it easy. Now, this takes a while to get used to, but it is so worth it. I think you might have seen my videos just from the past week of inviting somebody over and having them over come after. Oh my gosh, and I had a TikTok live. Last night, the Zoom live for the people on the Destination Decluttered email list. Remember how people were all afraid that TikTok was going away and how would we connect? I already do a monthly group Zoom call with people on the mailing list. That's offered to everybody on the mailing list. You can show up if you want. You can show up if you don't want. It doesn't really matter. And I was overcome with joy, and I'm getting a little bit like verklempt and emotional about this when some people showed up and shared stories of how much easier their lives are now because they started decluttering a little bit at a time. So doing the things that feel right to you, that make your life easier, that is why I am here. Do you want an easier life? I would like to think the answer is yes. If you do, that's why I'm here, doing TikTok Lives, having a group of free stuff, and then I have my paid coaching, which to me is the best. Okay? Yep. Oh, yeah, Ruthie forgot this monthly Zoom call. Okay, so here's an interesting thing. So just no fear. I'm all about dispelling the fear right away. There will be another one next month, April. Now, the way I run my life, I love a flexible schedule. But I am not flexible without informing people. That's why I tell you when my TikTok lives are going to be, even though they're at different days of the week and different times of the day. I tell you when you're on the TikTok, when you're on the Destination Decluttered email mailing list, when the monthly Zoom is going to be, and I tell you where to get the link and all that. So when that happens, if you feel bad now that you forgot the monthly Zoom call, how about this? Once I decide when the, when the April one is going to be, I will put it on my calendar. I will then let you know because you're on the mailing list. Then when you get that information, if you feel bad because you forgot it, do something to help you remember it next time. Put it on your calendar. Set a reminder. Do something different so you feel good about showing up. Okay? All right. So Jasmine, let me help you. Okay. Catherine is saying, helping you too. And I love this. What a great community we have here of people who want to help. You know, we're all on this journey, but I can help you. You can help me. You know, kind of like stone soup, right? Okay. The way I just said soup, it reminded me of somebody feed Phil. Soup. Jasmine is saying, I am so overwhelmed. Overwhelmed. Number one hashtag word here. I should probably start to put it in my hashtags here on TikTok. I am so overwhelmed by my fridge. I have no idea how to organize it, and I can't get a handle on it. Let's even play with those three statements. Overwhelm, there's an opposite to that. There's another side to the story. I want you to pull back a little bit and realize there's another side to the story, okay? Jasmine, I do this all the time, so I can kind of walk you through this. Let me help you. On the other side of overwhelm is feeling more in control, feeling better. And how you do that, I want you to think of the word anytime you feel overwhelmed. Notice it has the word over in it. I'm circling that right there. Instead of over, I want you to think, when I think over, you say down. When I say down, you say over. Down. Chunking it down. Slowing down, calming down, chunking down, writing it down. When I say chunking it down, remember earlier I was talking about categorizing? That is how you can chunk down your fridge. When you're in your fridge, you'll probably notice some categories of food. Here are all my condiments. Here are my lunch meats. Here are my drinks. Here are my fresh vegetables. Here are the moldy, questionable things in the back. Notice those are chunks. When you notice those things, you can make a decision focusing on just that one category. What am I going to do with all this moldy stuff? Ideally, I'm going to throw it away. What am I going to do with these leftovers? I might throw them away. I might make dinner from them. What am I going to do with these fresh vegetables? I better make a salad before it goes bad. Chunking it down that way can help. If you're overwhelmed by your fridge and you can't get a handle on it, here's the other side. How about this? I have an idea of how to organize it. Cross out the no. I have an idea of how to organize it. This lady on TikTok just suggested it. I'm going to chunk it down and I'm just going to see what I have by category. That's a way of chunking it down. I have an idea. Notice when you say you don't have an idea, you're not going to look for one. I have an idea. I do? What is it? May not be my idea, but I learned from somebody to chunk it down. Feels better. Better. Notice better, easier, little, yellow, different. Oh, I have no idea how to organize it. Makes you feel like crap. I have an idea of how to organize it. Makes you feel good. I can't get a handle on this. Makes you feel like crap. I can get a handle on this. Makes you feel better. When you feel better and you feel good and you have an idea, you're more likely to show up and open up the fridge and actually declutter. You can actually also declutter by shelf. If doing the whole thing at one point feels overwhelming, say, you know what, I'm just going to do the top shelf. I'm going to see what I have, and I'm going to get clear on what are we going to eat and what are we going to throw away. Okay? Feel better, do better. Okay? When you feel better, you do better. Yeah, Sally Searing is saying, I just cleaned my fridge, but I did it in chunks. Chunk it down. Chunk it down. Instead of over, think over. Overwhelmed. I'm overburdened. I'm overthinking this. I'm so over this. Pull down that overwhelm and say, I got this. I'm looking down on it now. I'm writing it down. I'm looking at this. I'm calmed down in my nervous system. I can do this. I can chunk it down. There we go. Elle Prince is even saying, I will literally just take out 2 things at a time to toss. Yeah, Daisy Dogs is happy if I do 1/3 of a shelf. Baby steps, yes. Feel better, do better. Okay? It's how the world was made. Okay? It was how the world was made. Okay. All right. There we go. CC Fitzhenry, nice to see you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I have all of this month's TikTok lives and the monthly meetings as alarms in my phone. What a great way to remember it. Loopy 2 p.m. is asking, how do you get the Zoom link? If you are on the Destination Decluttered mailing list, and you get onto that by going to destinationdecluttered.com and seeing the join button, and just all you need to do is put your email address in a form and you hit submit. You should be getting an automatic email. If you don't, let me know and I'll see what I can do to fix it. Then that's how you get the Zoom link. Only if you're part of the people on the mailing list. And it's a free mailing list. There's no cost involved. It's easy peasy. I don't spam you. I try to make it as easy and interesting, as attractive as you can, but you do need to be part of the mailing list. Okay? Hope that helps. Yeah, there we go. Erin is saying it's easier, and Erin, you know this because you've been going through yourself. It's easier when you can see everything. Yes, notice that it feels easier when you can see everything. Thin it out. It's like, notice how my hand goes into like that kind of combing motion, almost like you were raking the lawn or pulling out and raking your garden. Can you tell I'm not a green thumb? See this? Not green. Raking out the stuff that doesn't do it for you allows you to see what you have left, and then you can rake some stuff out again, and you can rake stuff out again. So I love that. Notice what works for you. Erin has discovered when she can see stuff, she knows what she has, so she's not then buying multiples. She's using the stuff she has. If it makes sense for you to, in an organized way, be able to find the stuff by seeing what you have, work with your brain. Don't work against it. There we go. Okay. Kit Kat Cool says, my freezer is full of years-old meat. Well, ask yourself this question. Is it still safe to eat the years-old meat? If it is, how about making a plan to cook it? And if it isn't, this is classic with decluttering. I want to share this with you. The notion of, I have this thing and I spent good money on it, and even though it's not working for me, I feel bad getting rid of it. The temporary feeling bad of getting rid of something that you've spent money on or thought you were going to use, that is temporary. But the feeling of having done that is going to be a long-lasting, delightful feeling. Get yourself feeling okay with getting rid of the things that aren't doing it for you, and you will live on the other side of that, which is just surrounded by the stuff that you use, the stuff that you love, the feeling of just the right amount of stuff. You'll then have space in your freezer for newer, fresher meat that you will then learn from this mistake. Oh, we shouldn't buy that kind of meat because we didn't use it. Let's buy a smaller quantity. Let's buy that cut of steak or whatever. But either use it or get comfortable with tossing it. Kind of like a classic, like decluttering kind of thing. Okay? Hope that helps. All right. Now what I'm backing up one shelf a day. Sounds good. I love it when you guys are filling in the blanks for me because I'm too busy talking. Mary says, I call my moldy stuff ch-ch-ch-chia. Ch-ch-ch-chia pets. Actually, that was almost like, hey, clap on, clap off, the clapper. The old lady who just missed a beat and she comes in late. Oh my God, classic. Okay, what else do we have here? Going. Okay, but my other fridges and the freezers are still chock full. Baby steps. Look, focus on one fridge at a time, one shelf at a time. Chunk it down. Here's the beauty, you guys. Chunking things down into such a small, little, doable thing just gets you started. It's not saying, oh, that's all I'm going to do, but getting yourself from not doing anything to doing something is huge. That's where when you're driving your car, when you start up your car, you probably use the most gas. Getting your car going from stuck and cold to started. Once you're on the road, you're in flow. You know, you're in a groove. You're flying along. You're making good pace. You're in action. You are in action, not inaction. Okay? So getting started, the way to make it easier for you to start is chunk things down into such a small step that it seems almost silly for you to say, well, all I really need to do is send that email to say, yeah, we're going to have a tax extension, a tax paying extension. It was like a 2-second email, but boy, did I feel better after I sent it. Okay? Notice the things you're avoiding doing. Sometimes you avoid it and it just makes it worse. The meat ages, the moldy stuff gets more Chia Pet-like. Okay? Daisy Dog says, make soup. Soup, there it is. All right, Barefoot Eclectic, great to see you today too. Mary says, during the pandemic, notice this, 4 years ago, during the pandemic, people talked me into bulk food. Notice that interesting thing. People talked me into this. I picked an ingredient each week and made a dish. We are in different times now, you know? Now, there we go. Oh, hey, I missed it. Lori. Oh, hun, go. I'm so excited to see you, and I will see you on Monday. Put on make sure you're wearing some SPF. Put on your hat. Go enjoy the beach in Cozumel. Oh, I can't wait to hear all about it. Have a glorious time. It is a delight to hear from you, but please, oh please, anything I'm doing now can wait. Just go bask in the Cozumel sunshine. Drink a fruity drink. Go do some of that snorkeling, okay? But so nice to hear from you and checking in. You guys, I got to share. This was really delightful. So Lori is a client of mine, and we happened to be going to the same seminar in the same city at the same time. It was a delight to meet up with her. And that was just so freaking cool. And then she was going off on vacation, and I don't know. Can you just tell the freaking smile on my face because she chimed in? So Lori, you rock. But go have fun, okay? Go have fun. All right, what do we have here? So there we go. Somebody sent you a little tiki drink. I'm doing the same thing. Okay, GGNS1 said, I cleaned out my fridge last night and threw out old food. Embarrassing on how much is expired. Learn from it. Learn about the foods you like and buy those. Learn about the foods that went bad and notice maybe it was the amount of food you had or the style of food, or you might have just gotten tired of it. It's just my husband and me, and boy, do we get sick of eating grilled chicken after a certain amount of time. So what we do is then we freeze some of it. Learn from those expiration dates or the expiration process. Learn from your mistakes, because if you don't, you're going to repeat them. Okay, so just take it as a point to say, what can I learn from this experience? Learn that you don't like to eat leftovers. Learn that sometimes you're going out to dinner multiple nights in a row. You know, we're going out to dinner tonight. I didn't expect that, but a friend wants to take us out. I'm saying hell yes. So therefore, we got to make sure. Well, actually, it's funny. Normally, I will share this with you. So Lori was talking about being on vacation. I have a thing, much to my husband's chagrin, of if we're going away for any distance of time, I want to make sure that before we leave, that any kind of perishable foods in our fridge are not going to sit there and rot. So when we come home and we open it up, it's rotten. So prior to us going away, I will say, no more fresh foods in. Let's eat what we have. Let's eat what we have so when we come back, so nothing's rotting. And then when we come back, we have an empty fridge that we can fill when we are here. Now, I am going away this weekend, help my mom with her clutter up in Massachusetts, St. Patrick's Day weekend, he's going to be here. So I'm not much caring what's in the fridge because I know he's going to eat it. But notice what works for you, okay? I do love this. Erin, I just saw your message about Chia Pets and the Clapper ads came out of the same ad agency. I am not surprised by that. And notice what is cluttering up my head as opposed to knowing the quadratic formula or like the capital of Utah, Salt Lake. I have no idea. I have chia, you know, and I've got all of that in my head because it cracks me up and it connects me up with my people. I remember once talking to a woman who's kind of a friend of mine, and we were kind of going through this coaching journey together. She's like easily 15, almost 20 years younger than me. And I was like, I don't know about you, but seriously, I just want to hang out with the people who get my jokes, who we can relate on. Oh, do you remember? The other day we were walking by. This is me going off on a little bit of a tangent, but talk about finding your people. That's why I love my clients so much, because we have the consultations that make us know that we're going to be a good fit. We were walking home the other day with our friend Dennis. We walked downtown to have tacos on Taco Tuesday. And, I have a little thing to share too about that. And we were going up through, we have a park near us. And I said, do you want to go this way? And we were both like, here, diagonally. Like, oh my gosh, that's one of those, if you know, you know. Where? I can't say, here, diagonally. You know? And the other thing was too, is, Yeah. I'm gonna share the other story about going for tacos 2 nights in a row because I don't want to humble brag, but kind of funny. There we go. German Maid is coming up with some ideas. Find someone who can feed their dog raw food. That way you can donate instead of tossing. Okay. Worry wart. Aw, are you worrying? Don't worry. Be happy. Struggling. Don't struggle either to let go of clothes that I don't even wear. Let me offer this. This is how it works when I coach. Ask yourself, why am I hanging on to clothes? And not judgy. Do not be judgy. Judgy. Oops. Whoa, I get so dramatic about it. My glasses fly. Do not judge yourself. Judgment shuts you down. You know, when somebody's judging you, you shut down. You're protecting yourself like a little armadillo, right? Do not be judgy. Be curious. Curiosity opens you up. It allows your brain to feel safe enough to articulate the answers. Why am I'm just curious, why am I saving this one? And it doesn't have to be all the clothes. One piece of clothing you pull out, why am I saving this? I don't fit into it. I don't even wear it. Notice how I said I don't fit into it. That was me. That was me saying, why do I have it? I don't even wear this. Why don't I wear this piece of clothing? Everybody, ask yourself the questions and then pause and allow your brain to provide an answer. If you judge, it's not going to. But if you're like, hey, brain, why am I keeping this? Listen for the answer. The answer will help you find the next answer and the next answer and the next answer to make you feel good about the decision you're making of what you're keeping and what you're letting go of. Okay? Don't have it be a struggle. Learn how to work through the struggle with a process. And the process starts with getting out of judgment and into curiosity. And just asking yourself that simple question of why am I keeping this? And then listening for the answer. Okay? There we go. Cindy Rose has learned how to do it. Cindy Rose is saying, I got rid of 171 items of clothing. Damn. Yeah, Erin's giving you the wahoo. I certainly am giving you the Liz Lemon high five, right? Even the fact that you counted them, that's impressive. Yeah. Okay, Worry Ward is saying, that's me. I don't fit into them, but spent a lot of money buying. I want to share this with everybody. This is not just clothing specific. It is food in the freezer specific. It is things around your house specific. You have in the past purchased things that you thought were going to make your life better. And sometimes they work for you, or sometimes they work for you at a time, and then sometimes they don't. You have already spent the money. You do not get the money back hanging on to it. You don't, unless you decide to sell things, and that's its own journey in itself. When you get comfortable with saying, the money's already spent, and this thing hanging around here isn't helping me feel better, what's going to make me feel better is releasing myself from maybe the bad vibes of, oh, I used to fit in that, now I don't fit in it anymore. Okay? Okay. Linda MC says, it usually comes down to, I was happy the last time I wore this. Okay. Notice that sentimental aspect. That clothing stopped being a pair of pants and started being a souvenir. A souvenir. These pants remind me of that time I was happy. Now, my butt doesn't fit into the pants. That's me. My butt doesn't fit into the pants. Do I need those pants to make me feel happy, or do I have a picture of me wearing those pants and being happy? I know a specific pair of pants, 100%. I have 2 pictures of me that I love how I look in those pants. I fit into them. I felt like a rock star. Do I fit into them now? Nope. I think there was like Coca-Cola pants. They had little Coca-Cola things on them from the 70s. So ask yourself, do I need to keep this thing to keep the memory? Okay? The answer may be no. Okay? What else do we have here? Barefoot Eclectic has 3 feet of snow here. No, don't. Okay. Yeah, okay, notice Hilda. Hilda is saying, we buy a lot, so we save by not going back to the store. Notice, you think you're saving by not going back to the store, but then if you throw it out, you have to buy more. Notice you have an idea of what's gonna work, and sometimes you try out that process and it doesn't work. You're not really saving anything because you're throwing out the food, you're losing that money, and then you have to go back to the store. How about rejiggering it, buying not as much food, eating that, and then when that starts to go low, then you go to the store again. It's kind of like not waiting for your laundry to pile up, okay? Notice these things. Notice these things in you different, you know? I love it. Yeah, Ruthie says, my head is full of a lot of useless trivia, and I love it. You know what I say, it's not useless because it's connecting us. We all are probably in different states and different time zones and different age groups. But when I say Chia Pet or, you know, the clapper or any of those other random things, it's like, oh, hey, it's a connection. I remember that. You know, I love it. Now we all are going to be singing the Chia Pet thing today, huh? Very funny. All right. Now I'm backing up here because I don't get all of these things come in a, not in the particular order. Okay. Here's something I'm going to call somebody on. So Moki is saying, chest freezers should only be used by people that don't have access to fresh food when needed. Now, I don't know about you, Moki, maybe you didn't mean this as intended, but that sounds wicked judgy to me. Okay? Notice that you have an idea of how you want to use a chest freezer, but people can use their chest freezers any way they want to. Okay? Notice when you are getting judgy, that shuts people down. Okay? Everybody, just notice the judginess versus being open. Okay? What else do we have here? What else do we have? Cindy Rose did something. Yep, the 71 clothes. Anna Little lost 100 pounds. Rock on. I have 5 large totes of clothes that I'm afraid to get rid of them. You know what? Notice, my dear. First of all, rock on with your accomplishment. But you put the word right in there. Your words have the answers right there. I'm afraid. Fear. I'm afraid to get rid of them. I'm afraid to get rid of them because I'm afraid I'm going to gain the weight back, and I'm going to be afraid that if I gain the weight back, I don't have anything to wear. Notice the fear. Fear is behind a lot of, if not all of the decisions you make that keep you stuck are fear-based. That's a declarative sentence. Prove me wrong. I don't know. Prove me wrong. But notice that. Yeah. Notice, and Strong Soul Sista is saying, it's a sunken cost. Notice that sunk cost theory. True. Notice the sinking feeling. I have sunk money into that. It makes you feel heavy. You know what you want to do? You want to take that thing out. You want to throw it away so you're light and bopping around like a cork on the top of the water. Right? It weighs you down if you keep it around without use. Yeah. What else do we have here? Yep, you're getting some good love-ins there. Oh my God, it's only 12:59. I got so into it. You guys, I'm going to be signing off in a minute, okay? Set it and forget it. Yeah. How about this, Strong Soul Survey? And now how much would you pay? Oh my gosh, this is my husband and I and my friends and I, this is like a second language to us. It is like, you know, like it's just so funny how almost like everything is a quote from something, but it's the way in which we Gen Xers communicate. Set it and forget it, right? Now how much would you pay? Okay. I am embarrassed. Okay, I will share this with you with one more minute. Yep, and German Maid is saying it. If they're in good condition, someone else will appreciate them. I'm embarrassed to take my stuff to the secondhand store. If I don't want it, why would they? Because you have different tastes than they do. Trust me. See all this cool vintage stuff I have on these shelves here? I got all of that from thrift stores and antique stores. Somebody else didn't want these. I would not have them in my life if somebody else had not donated them. You should get, like, embarrassment, kind of like judgment and fear, shuts you down and stops you from doing the thing that you know is going to make you feel better. But you say, if I don't want it, why would they? Just tell yourself, somebody might want this. I don't want it, but somebody else might will. I don't want it, but somebody might. Sounds better, feels better, do better. Okay? Okay, Pretty Patty. Trust me, we could all spend forever talking about the gaining and losing of weight, of the menopause, of the womanopause, of the requirement in our society of your body looking and feeling a certain way. What I want to suggest to you is frustration is another thing on kind of this side of the fence. When you feel frustrated, you could use that as an energy to do different things so that maybe you lose some of it again. But just notice that if you're continually just in frustration, you're just feeling crappy. So you can do one of two things. Basically, everybody, one of two things. Get comfortable with where you're at, or get comfortable or get slightly uncomfortable for a short amount of time and do something different. It can be as simple as that. Now, to me, if you're happy with where you're at, you don't need coaching. And if you're unhappy with where you're at, but you don't know what to do, coaching can help you. Okay? But please don't stay in judgment and stuck in fear and embarrassment and shame and all those other unhelpful thoughts, overwhelm, all that stuff. All of that stuff, if you stay there, I'm trying to fight the power. If you stay on that side of the stuck on the side of the road in the mud, you're going to stay stuck on the road on the side of the mud. However, if you feel that, and what I hope today has shown you is, and then you notice now that there is another side to that story. You get some distance and you don't say, this isn't the only story. This is only half the story. As Davy Jones once said to Marsha Brady, how about the flip side? You know, there is a flip side to that story. The flip side is a much better song, okay? It's a lot peppier. It's the one that motivates you, gets you where you want to go to, and it's called If You Think Better, You Feel Better. If you feel better, you do better, okay? Yes, strong soul sister. I'm always, seashells by that. But self-acceptance, rinse and repeat, yeah. Love yourself, accept yourself, no matter how big or small or old or young or mushy or hard your body is. You are a lovable creature. Love yourself first, and everything else just radiates out in awesomeness. I know it may not be easy and it may be unfamiliar. Trust me, I spent decades on the other side, not loving myself. However, when I started to, boy, has my life just turned into something magical. Magical. And I want that for you too. That's why I do coaching, okay? I gotta go. Speaking of magical, I'm gonna clock out, see my husband, go pee, probably take a shower. It's a beautiful sunny day out. I want to go enjoy. Now, I'm not doing another TikTok live for a number of days now because I'm going away, helping people, doing all the good stuff. Next Tuesday is one. However, please, oh please, oh please, as James Brown would say, if you are so inclined, get on the Destination Decluttered mailing list. DestinationDecluttered.com/join. That's where you get on the mailing list. It's free. It's easy. It's how we're going to connect, even if TikTok stays around. It's a cool group of people. Did I mention it's free? I'm always mentioning it's free. Why would I charge you for being on a mail? Whatever. Other people do things. This is also where if you want me in your life, one-on-one, 10 weeks in a row, 1 hour a week on Zoom, just talking with you, getting you to where you want to be, that's coaching. Paid coaching, my coaching, you and me. You also find out about that on DestinationDecluttered.com. You can sign up for a consultation. I see a couple of people I have already. I look forward to hearing from you. If you are excited and eager to and ready to work to change your life, let's hop on that road trip together, okay? I will see you next week. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Have a great weekend. If you need a little oomph in the meantime, go to the Destination Decluttered YouTube channel. Put it on in the background. Don't look at the screen and it's like an instant podcast, okay? Awesome. Mary just said thank you. You don't know how much this helped today on a whole different topic, but the rules still apply. That's how I coach. I don't want this to just be about folding sheets and putting Cheerios into clear containers. How freaking boring would that be? This is decluttering life coaching, okay? And I love it, and I'm so glad to hear it helped, okay? I will see you guys later. Have an awesome day, all right?